morning, and welcome to Winnipeg. Okay, Christmas Eve, December the 24th. Oh, I won't say it, but time flies. Yeah. All right. I would imagine we're going to have you-know-who. As far as I know, the little booties that Missy is supposed to be wearing, they haven't showed up yet. I thought they came yesterday, but they didn't. It was something else, I guess. Anyway, well, it's warmed up. She doesn't need her booties. It's only minus 10. Yeah, minus 10. That's not bad. Okay. Let's not talk about the weather all day. Let's get right at this. I think at least 2 viewers commented on these little pieces that I was wondering what they were for. And I'm talking about, let's see if I can hold this so that you can see it here. Yeah. Okay, if I hold it like that, you see there's a little part right here and a little part right here. I was wondering what they were for, and I could see afterwards as well that when I look over here at the folded, when it's folded up, I can see how those are supposed to go. I think we'll get it. This may not be as complicated as I think it is. I'm going to try and do everything on camera. I will try to not put my macro lens on and get in so close that we don't really see anything, if that makes any sense. Sometimes less is more when it comes to this sort of thing, especially a larger piece like that. If you get zoomed in as close as you can get with the macro lens, yeah, what you're looking at is really, really sharp, and you can see every little piece of dust on it, but you don't really get the perspective of the whole thing if you can see it all at the same time. So let's try and see it all at the same time. That's my plan for today. I think that we might actually get a little bit of solder on one of these. I'll do one on camera and then I'll do the other off camera. Okay, now what am I going to do about tomorrow? Tomorrow's Christmas Day. I don't have any special Christmas I was going to say I don't have any turkey, but I just realized I do have turkey, but it's canned flake turkey. It's not quite the same thing, is it? But, I was thinking earlier this morning, what would I like to have? And, I was thinking of turkey and stuffing and all that kind of stuff. But, I think I would sooner just make myself some sort of a pizza with lots of meat and lots of cheese. And maybe a little bit of pizza sauce. Yeah, that sort of appeals to me. I'm finding that my sense of taste is changed. I'll make something and I'll remember how it used to taste, but when I go to eat it, I'm thinking I'm just not getting the enjoyment out of this that I used to. And it's the same with the sense of smell. I can smell my coffee, but there are certain things I just can't smell anymore. I think it just happens when you get older. I'm not complaining, it's just that's the way it is. Okay, fortunately my eyesight is still good. The only reason I wear these is so that I can see up close sharp. Distance is great. Yeah, my eyesight is still good. Let's not get too personal here. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're ready for Missy the dog. We're ready for the sunrise. The sun isn't due to come up yet for about another 15 minutes. We might, going by the way the clouds are on the horizon, it's possible it's going to look nice. Yeah, and if it is, I will try to remember to dub it in somewhere. Okay, let's... Actually, it'd be nice. The sunrise on Christmas Day might be nice to have if it was nice. Okay, let's see what we can do here with this. I think I'll be using the large folding plier to hold it. I'm not going to use Andy's bender because the part is just too big to get in there. I'd be able to make maybe one fold, and that'd be about it. So I think if I was to hold this with Andy's bender, yeah, it should work. Very carefully now. Yeah, put this right in the middle. It's almost exactly the right width for that centerpiece. Like this. See, am I holding it so you can see it? I suppose if I had the camera stopped down to f22 instead of f11, it might have been sharper. I'm starting to think out loud here. Okay, let's get at it here. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the Christmas greetings are starting to come in. Thank you. A lot of you have wanted me to pass on greetings to Max and Missy. Now I don't speak dog very good, but I do speak human well. So I'm going to try today to tell Max that you've been wishing him a happy Christmas. So okay, let's get at it. I was sort of setting myself up here to bend this, and yeah, and then while I was doing it, I was realizing that what I should actually be doing. But I'm just showing you here how this is going to go, so you can see it just a little clearer here. All right, the bending plier fits very, very nicely, just at the exact right spot, so I can fold this one around this way, and this one I can fold it like this. However, let's put that back. We are sort of putting the cart before the horse here. Remember yesterday I was saying we'll start over here and work on some of these, and we'll save this till last. Well, I think I should recompose here, and yeah, we should maybe get our plastic parts that we need. This number A, we've already done that, I'm pretty sure. We've got a bunch of them somewhere. So we'll get our S7, R6, and yeah, and then we'll get this railing is the one we should work on first. And I can see it down there. It would be actually this one right here. Okay. I believe. Oh no, pardon me. It would be this one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. It's that one. And so it gets bent to go on this part right here on the R6. Anyway. Let's get those plastic parts and get them nipped off, and we'll probably be working on this. I don't think it'll be today now. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, see how it goes. And now our sunrise this morning sped up 120 times. Now, when I grabbed the S sprue here a moment ago, I saw this piece right here, and I thought, oh, there it is. But this says, I think it says 14. I'm noticing that the 7 over here has already been nipped off for whatever reason. I guess it was coming loose or something. Okay, so we've already got our S7. So let me move in just a little bit here. Yeah. Guess we got to clean that up. It's already almost breaking off there, isn't it? I got curious here. I was thinking, are we supposed to maybe make 2 of these things? But it doesn't say make 2 anywhere. So I thought, well, where would we need the number 14 then? And I carefully and methodically paged right to the end of the manual, and it doesn't show it anywhere. The only thing I can think of is that possibly on the Yorktown or the Hornet, which I believe you can also build out of this kit, they may have required two of these things. Just a thought. Okay. R6. J11. And I'm noticing, unless I missed something here, this is the last piece on the J sprue. Yeah. So if we were having wall decorations, we'd have another one. Checking the T sprue here a moment ago, and I was thinking, I need all the pieces except for this little number 31. And then I noticed right at the end of the manual here, we actually do need the 31 because it goes on the base of the crane. Yeah, I guess that would be sort of like the kingpin. So that's a no-brainer. I just nip everything off, and then we're done with the T sprues. And I have to nip both of them because we have to make 2 of these parts. So yeah, well, it's going to be a no-brainer. Okay. Another sprue we can hang on the wall. Okay, M17 and 18. And pretty soon we'll be able to put the M sprue on the wall. I think there's just this piece and this piece. When we were nipping off our photo etch yesterday, I missed the ladder, the G24. As far as I know, that's the only photo etch piece that I've missed, although I might get a surprise later on. Let me zoom back a little bit. Now this part up here, the A, which I believe is part of the fire control, we already got several of those already made up. And then we need a gun here to go into this part that we nipped off here a moment ago. Well, we've got 4 of them, so I think we can probably use one of those all right. We are almost at the point where we can clean up our pieces, and I guess we're soon going to have to, well, some of the parts we can glue together before we spray, but yeah, we're soon going to have to hook up the old airbrush. Hello, Missy.
Oh.
Good morning, Max. Now, before I forget, Viewers have been wishing you and Missy a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Ron. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you. Boy, it's a cold wind out of the north. You don't cover up it. Frostbite pretty quickly.
I thought you might be walking all the way to the bridge, but I guess not today.
Oh, I got a whole bunch of errands after what I can do. You know, last minute shopping. Pick up some water and Coke and change your glasses prescription. I'm going to pick up a couple of Christmas dinners. Some emergency Timmy supplies. 3 or 4 days.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
If I give you some cash, could you pick up a large box of Timbits for me? Or is that not convenient?
No. I'm not sure. Pay me later, okay? Now, do you want a 25 box? They have 10s, 25s, and possibly 40.
Yeah, I used to get the 40s.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't bought one.
I'll get the deal with you.
I haven't bought one since I went to see my mother in Kelowna.
They have some jelly-filled ones now, but I'll just get it sorted.
Assorted, yeah. That'd be good.
There'll be a lot of office parties today, and there'll be a lot of orders for Timbits, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would imagine. If they're out, don't worry about it.
Yeah, they should be okay. If they're out, I'll go someplace else.
No, don't go out of your way.
Oh, I wouldn't go out of my way for you, Ron. I mean, you're not worth that, right?
No.
You never go out of your way for me. You never get the dog run. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you later.
Okay, bye, Missy.
I'll bring the bill.
Okay.
Actually, it'll be a Christmas present.
Okay, Timbits. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll have tomorrow for a treat. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, I was just getting myself lined up here to start nipping this stuff off when our friend Missy came by. And I did remember to wish Max a Merry Christmas on your behalf. Usually I forget that kind of thing. Okay, let's continue on here. I don't think you need to watch me doing this. I'll just try and quickly get it done, and that's the plan. Okay, quite a bit of time has passed here, as you can see by the clock in the background. And I have done nothing except a bunch of editing. Yeah, everything that you've seen up until right this minute. Okay, now, Max did go and buy me a box of Timbits. And those of you who are not Canadians, you don't know what Timbits are. Well, I think probably every donut shop in the world probably has the same sort of thing under a different name. And what they are is, I guess you might say, the donut holes. And yeah, he said this is from him and Lorraine and Missy and Ella. Yeah, this is my Christmas present from the neighbors next door. So anyway, that's Timbits. Yeah. Boy, do I ever need the calories, right? I'm going to have to go on such a New Year's resolution like you never saw. Yeah, and I probably will too. Okay, I'm going to push stop here and just go ahead and try and get these cleaned up, try and get a little bit more done here today. And I'm going to try not to eat any of these until tomorrow, all being well. Yeah, it'll be my Christmas present to myself. Well, I guess I can't. It's from the neighbors. Anyway, let's get at it here. Okay, very, very carefully. You know, I should really be putting on my magnification hood here and doing a real good job. Trying to do something like this on camera can sometimes turn out to be a bit of a disaster. Okay, some of you are thinking, oh my goodness, Ron forgot to focus his camera. No, I have deliberately got it out of focus. Right now it's focused on if something was only maybe 4 inches away from the lens. But what happened was a few minutes ago I used this to focus my camera. You don't see me doing it. In fact, I don't think I've ever talked about this before. And all it is just a grid that I printed out on a piece of paper. So when I take my camera here, or my remote, and I push the focus button, we're in focus perfectly on that grid. Now, then I will take and I will stop it down. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it says F4 there. I'll stop everything down usually to about at least 11 if I can. You'll notice that the ISO is cranking. Right now 560 ISO. If I go all the way up to F22, which is closed down as much as it can get, that way I've got fantastic depth of field. Everything stays sharp. But I'm up to 1600 ISO. Okay, enough of that. That's not what I wanted to talk about. So why am I talking about it? Quite often when I'm watching people, other modelers, they like to have the camera suspended over top of the table. And I thought I'd like to do that too at first. In fact, if you remember way back 7 years ago, I made an attachment that hung from my gantry, and it held the camera looking straight down. But I soon found that I didn't like it. I like doing it the way I do it. I have the camera coming in from the side. Okay, so I've often thought when I use this, you will see a modeler. He will take his little part, and I'm going to be very careful here, and he will set it on, well, usually he will set it on his hand, and then he will be going up and down with his hand, trying to get the camera to focus on his hand. And I've often thought I wouldn't use my hand. I would have something like this. There would be more of a, maybe like a more of a neutral density gray, but something like this. And then the camera will focus on this whole area, because what happens generally is the camera won't focus on something this small. It misses it and focuses on the background. So this is just a thought for you guys that are doing that sort of thing. You might want to try that. Make yourself something like this, only maybe a little bigger. And maybe instead of having white, have a little darker color, a little printed out a little bit gray. But have the grid so that your autofocus has something to focus on. It won't focus on just a big blank area. Although my camera will actually focus on the very fine little particles of this tabletop. No, what am I... Okay, I really got off the subject here, because this is what I want to do before we close up today's video. I was cleaning up this part here, and I was noticing on the inside, it's kind of hard to see from your perspective, but on the inside there that I couldn't get at is something from where the push-out pins made a mess. I just can't quite get in there. I can get a lot of it. And then I was thinking, how about those precision chisels that somebody gave me? And I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the people that gave them to me, or the person that gave me, but I think, and I could be wrong, the people that gave them to me were the same folks who went on an excursion to the Antarctic by ship. Now that would have been thrilling. At least to me, that sort of thing would have been thrilling. Okay. If it wasn't you, I'm sorry. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my macro lens back on, and we are going to move in nice and close here. And I'll show you how well these work. I very seldom use them. I keep forgetting I've got them. But for something like this, it should work out really, really well. So let's get our macro lens on and get moved in. And then we're going to call today's episode a day. Okay, there are two chisels. And there's a small one and a big one. Okay. So we'll use the larger one for this. I'm going to have to recompose because I've obviously moved my little part. Yeah. Oh, maybe we don't have to recompose. Maybe this is just fine. Okay, so this is the way I do it. I want to be careful I don't dig it in too far. I just want to remove that. No, I hope it's not going to make a fool out of me here, and I break this edge off. This is not exactly the way I had in mind. So I know that begs the question, why don't you do it the way you had in mind? There, okay. Are we still in focus there? Okay, you can see that if you a chisel like this in the hands of a skilled modeler, you know, something like that work pretty good. Let's try the other one here. I'll just move it down a bit. Okay, and there's another one. I'm hoping it's in focus as well. It's kind of hidden there, isn't it? Might have to do this one off camera. Yeah, the angle is completely wrong for me. What if I was to swing it around? But then how do I hold on to it? Now I've lost my light. Okay, well, anyway, you get the idea. Okay, I went and I worked at it a bit off camera, and I got it cleaned up a little bit. So that's the one we were working on last. That was the second one we worked on, and this one here, I believe, was the first one. So yeah, and what's nice about these chisels is that you can actually sharpen them yourself. Now, of course, working with plastic, you're probably never going to have to sharpen it, unless you were to drop it point down on concrete floor or something. I almost said cement floor, but then I remembered that's not right, is it, Tennessee Jim? It's concrete floor. Okay. Okay, I'm going to call her quits here. So remember, the next time you got your camera hanging over your model table, something like this, which is a good idea, nothing wrong with it. It's an easy way to do it. It's always out of your way. Yeah, that's fine. But when you want to show something and take advantage of your continuous autofocus that your camera may have, and you got some little part like this, don't be trying to use your hand, because as you know from your own experience, see, I'll do it in this hand, it doesn't always focus on the part. It focuses beyond your hand usually, because your hand is too small. You know, I found that an iPads and cell phones have really good continuous autofocus. And you know, in my in my $5,000 Nikon without a lens, it doesn't have a real good continuous autofocus. It has a good focus. I use the manual part of it anyway. I think I've only tried the continuous autofocus to see if it works. But here's what you want to do. Okay, now here's a sheet of paper. I actually printed this out a few years ago, and it's a 1 millimeter grid. I don't know if I can get in close enough for you to actually see it, because it'll probably go out of focus because I don't have the continuous on. But anyway, you would think something bigger like this, and you have something that's easy to use, and you would take your part and set it on there, and then you let the camera focus on that grid instead of on the table beyond it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I think I have a tendency to beat something to death. You probably picked up what I was trying to tell you right from the get-go, and I'm driving everybody crazy as per usual. Anyway, Missy the dog was just by here about 15 minutes ago and had her afternoon snack, so we're all done for the day. Thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow on Christmas Eve. No, on Christmas Day. It's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. Yeah.